Some people think it's cruel to muzzle a dog, but if you train it in the right way, it's actually a really responsible thing to do, and many dogs accept wearing muzzles quite happily. When you're choosing a muzzle for your dog, it's important to get the fit right. So we're using what we call a Baskerville muzzle in this video. So we want to make sure that the fit is such that the dog can pant nice and easily and with space around the muzzle. They can drink, they can vomit if they need to, and obviously they can quite easily take treats. When you start doing your muzzle training, one of the things that can really help is having a nice hand target for your dog. So it's simply teaching them to touch different items with their nose, and you can start off with the palm of your hand. The other thing that can be quite helpful is just teaching them to put their nose in different types of cylindrical items. So you can use a yogurt pot, a flower pot, any kind of cardboard tube, and actually even if you've had a yogurt yourself and you want to allow the dog to lick the pot out, that's a quite nice way to start. To first introduce your dog to a muzzle, it's a really nice thing to do to just pop it next to their food bowl every time you feed them, so we're creating a nice positive association with it. I would do this for a week or so the muzzle just becomes a normal part of their everyday routine. The next step is to hold the muzzle out and allow your dog to touch it with their nose, and then reward them with a nice tasty treat each time they do that. And you can do lots of those in quick succession in a couple of minutes during the day. The next step is to hold the muzzle in your hand between your knees with one hand underneath, and place some treats inside and encourage your dog to put their nose in. So they're putting their nose in, they're eating the treats, and you're holding it down at their nose level, so it's a really easy thing for them to do. To teach your dog to hold their head in the muzzle for longer periods of time, you can smear the muzzle inside with something really tasty. So squeezy cheese works for this, or peanut butter, or natural yogurt, or even some fruit pate or something like that your dog really likes. So squeeze it inside and let them hold their head in there and just lick the insides out, and then it helps them get used to having their face inside the muzzle for a period of time. We do need to desensitize our dogs to the sound of the clip. If you've got a buckle muzzle, this isn't so important, but all you need to do is do the clip up, give your dog a treat, do the clip up, give your dog a treat. You can do this just in front of them or near them, and do it 3 or 4 times, and that should be enough. Once you've desensitized your dog to the sound of the clip, you can do it up around their neck and let it dangle, and let them get used to wearing it that way. You can even clip it around their collar if that's easier for you as well. Once your dog is happy with all of the previous steps, you can start to put the muzzle on, clip it up, and ask them to wear it for longer and longer periods of time. Doing little activities during this time can sometimes help them just get used to wearing the muzzle as part of their normal daily routine. While your dog's wearing the muzzle, it's important to keep the treats coming every few minutes or so, just to remind them that it's actually quite a nice thing to be wearing their muzzle. Once your dog is happy wearing the muzzle, it's time to introduce it onto a walk. So this is relatively simple. Take the muzzle out for a walk with you, pop it on, do 10-15 metres with them wearing it, keep the treats coming, and then take it off again. And just keep this up regularly throughout walks. Most dogs get excited about having their harness and their lead on for their walk, and it's quite easy to make the muzzle part of that. So hang it up where you keep your lead, take it out for walks with you, put it on, carry it, and just get them generally associating it with all the good times. It's difficult to say how long it will take for your dog to be comfortable wearing the muzzle, but if you follow our steps and you're consistent with your training, I'm sure it won't be long before you can put the muzzle on during a walk and your dog is completely happy wearing it. If you'd like any further support with muzzle training your dog, or you want any other kind of behaviour support, just get in touch or go to the website.